Hey guys, what's up? It's your boy Rick here, coming at you with another video entitled Who Am I? The power of knowing your purpose, your personal purpose. I was just thinking about the question, Who am I? I was reading a book entitled Who Am I and What Am I Here For? And it just took me back to one of my old movies. I used to love Jackie Chan, and he has a movie called Who Am I? It's actually interesting fact that movie is based in South Africa. Has a little scene, some scenes in South Africa. So go watch it if you want to have some laughs with your ass kicking. But on a very serious note, though, that question, who am I, is something that has plagued humans from the beginning of time. We've always asked, who are we? It separates us from animals. It separates us from the rest of the earth. Because, when you just Homo sapien actually means that we are a thinking man. It means that our minds are here for a reason, and even our hearts. We feel it. We feel that there is something that we're here for. And we want to make sense of even our own place within this whole mess. Whether you look at it religiously, whether you look at it scientifically, whatever your situation, this is not about a religion, but it's about just being a human being on the earth. In fact, I find that even some of the staunchest atheists end up becoming humanists because they realize that, hey, life is about serving others. So this is what I mean by your purpose. What are you here for? How can you be of betterment to people on planet earth? Because this is what many of us wonder, whether we're just on this planet to just end up as fertilizer for the earth. When we die and our body decomposes, is that all? Yeah, it's we return to the ground from but it's so is that it? Many people really you have a reason to ask, is that it? And no, I don't think that's it. I think we all have something to do. We all have a part to play in this lovely thing. There's some of us who have hearts full of amazing love and skill with people. That means our thing here is to bring joy, laughter. Comedians, like inspirers. I love those kind of people because I need that in my life. I'm quite a melancholic kind of individual. I'm very serious. I'm very intense. I love those people who can just make me laugh, and to laugh at myself, and to find the best in me, because those people, they complement who I am. Some people are meant to just bring us all wisdom and help the human race navigate the human race further. We need leaders like that, leaders who actually come with wisdom and not with selfishness. And these are all things that you can be doing on earth. I believe a lot of the problems that our communities are facing right now, it all needs, there's someone out there who has the purpose, whose purpose it is to solve those things. But because we're just looking at mundane things, triviality, we're just so enamored with the useless things of this earth. Kind of, we just let it go. I think some of the racial tensions that are happening right now, there is someone out there where you have the right solutions that's going to make the black, the white, the brown, whoever, come together and see each other. There's someone out there who has that. I believe there are people out there with solutions to housing issues. Our modern cities are getting overcrowded. There's loads of things, political issues. There are countries like Zimbabwe, where I'm from, where there's a president there who's been in power far too long, and it's so difficult to dislodge him from power. But I believe there are people out there whose job it is, whose purpose it is to do that, but maybe they're just in the wrong thing. Maybe they don't even know that that's what they're called to. And that's why I'm recording this video, so that you can know and you can think, wow, see the power that's there, and why you need to find your purpose, and maybe even like a couple of practical things at the end on how you can do that. Now, this is a topic I'm always talking about. Purpose, calling is something I'm always talking about. So make sure to like this video, like my page. Go in there. You can actually go see some of my previous videos, and you can see maybe some ways and hints that you can discover your calling. I'll always be releasing videos and articles like this, so make sure to like the page and register for notifications. But do you know why I think it's important to know who you are? It's important to know who you are, because when you don't know who you are, when you don't know your purpose in life, when you don't know your gifts, your strengths, your feelings, you don't know even your career, you're gonna have issues. You're gonna have issues when you don't know this. I I can't wait until we can prove this, scientifically. But I really believe a lot of the mental health issues that we have going on, and mental health issues is a big thing happening in in the modern, in the developed world, because when survival is no longer your top priority, I think purpose and living on purpose is a big thing. But if we're all stuck working for Uncle Sam, working for the Queen, we're all stuck in the 9 to 5, we're all stuck in banality, mundane banality of work and cycles of just, having kids, going to work, going to church, walking the dog, just these things, I think that gives us issues. Because our minds, here's the thing with purpose, I think our purpose is in us already from the beginning. So you're not even trying to find it, you're almost just uncovering it. Your purpose is in you already. Your brain kind of has it already. That's why some of the clues that I'm going to give you at the end on finding your purpose are all going to come from within. Your brain already knows your purpose, and yet you are trying to engage it with just a job, just so that you can pay bills and drive a nice car. I think the brain rebels against this, and this is the reason why we get a lot of stress, we get a lot of anxiety, we get a lot of depression involved when somebody's not living in their thing. That's why we end up in drugs. Trust me, when you're living in your purpose and you're firing, your mind is firing on all your cylinders, like you won't have any need for drugs. You'll be looking at alcohol and you'll be like, damn, I don't have time for this, man. I need my brain to be going. It's like me, when I started doing this video, I wrote this article and I was kind of like, do I have something to say really? But the minute I started talking, because this is my purpose, because educating people and throwing wisdom out there and engaging with wisdom is what I was built for. It's what I was made for. I'm just feeling, I got my adrenaline pumping right now. Chemicals are just going, the juices are flowing in me. And I just wish that you could find that too. Maybe not in this, but in your own thing. Maybe your thing is running around in a field somewhere chasing a ball. Maybe your thing is like with animals. Whatever, guys. It's going to affect your mental health and emotional well-being when you don't have. Your thought life is going to be affected. Your feelings are going to be affected. Your career is going to be affected. Your spiritual life is going to be affected when you don't know your purpose. So maybe you can be a Christian right now, going to church and all this, but like you really feel empty because, you're not living your purpose. This is nothing to do with going to church. This is to do with who you are. But I'm not going to talk about spiritual things. I try not to keep spiritual things out of this platform, because I want to expect that I actually target people who are different and people of different religious views than me. So, at least strive to find your earthly purpose. Whether it doesn't even matter if you're not spiritual. In fact, I think that people who are not, who are not misled by blind faith actually end up finding their purpose quicker, because maybe they throw themselves into their work and through their work they then happen to bump into their purpose in life. Your purpose is hidden inside you, and here's a few practical steps and practical hints on how to uncover it. Number 1, study your natural inclinations. Like those things that you are naturally gifted at, those things you naturally want to do, those things you want to spend your time with, your alone time with, those things like are a clue into what you should be doing with your life. They're a clue. Are you an introvert or an extrovert? That's a clue as to what you're supposed to be doing. Are you naturally creative, or are you the other way and you love to riff on what other people have and their ideas? That's a different way. You should be doing that, because if you're not naturally creative and yet you're trying to be someone, do a career that's like really, really like creative, that's just not going to do. But like, let's say maybe you're into music, but you're not naturally creative. Maybe your thing then is to be a DJ or someone who can take the original idea from someone else, and that's when your creativity comes out. You know, those are the things I'm talking about. Those seeds into your purpose and who you are, they are signposts of what you can then develop through education and hard work. You see, education is there to help you then to take your purpose and then take it to another level. So you should take the hints from what you're naturally good at, and then that's what you should get really educated in. That's the better way of going for higher education. A lot of us are just doing courses because we were told this is where the money is at. That's a that's not a good way to get educated. So number 2 step on finding your purpose, look into your past experiences. I really firmly believe that things that happen to us in our past are lessons that can be learned from. Sometimes even those painful circumstances that you don't want to, maybe you've even like put a mental block on your memory so that you never have to go there. But I think that you can explore them because they have molded you into the woman or the man who you actually are today. Like, you are stronger and wiser, you are more skilled, you are better because that business failed, because that man left you that you thought was your be all and end all, and he left you, because you survived that abusive childhood. You have the strength that you have today, and you know how many people you can help by sharing your story, by bringing out products based on those experiences. So check out your past experiences. That's a part number 2. Number 3, look through the eyes of others in order to see your purpose. Many times we are not willing to look at the gift that is around us, that are the people around us, and see what they say about us. Those are, we don't pay attention to that. And I think that is a way of the universe speaking to us. When your loved ones can tell you your blind spot and be like, nah, but this is what we love you for. These are the things that they love you for. Maybe even looking towards back in the day when you were a kid, what were the things that people said about you before they were flattering you? Because don't forget, now people flatter you. Before people flattered you, what were they talking to you about? What were they saying? What did they say? Oh, this kid has a big mouth. Have you ever explored that maybe that big mouth of yours is what you should be doing? Look at what I'm doing right now. This is from, a kid who talked too much. I used to get beaten up loads because I used to talk loads of gibberish. My mom used to say you talk gibberish. But guess what? That gibberish turned out to be wisdom later on after I worked on it. And now I'm sharing it with other people. What are those things? What are those stigmas maybe that you had as a kid that people used to tell you? Maybe they used to say it was in a kind of a bad way. They're like, oh, you got such a, you're so OCD. Like, maybe that desire to put things in order and to organize things could be a clue into what you should be doing. But also, I even have a theory that, you should look at what your enemies have to say with you. Now, haters will be haters, and I understand this is Facebook, so there's a lot of haters out there. But even in some of the harshest 1-star criticisms that you get from the people who hate you, do you know that there's an element, a lot of times there could be an element of truth in there. So don't be too quick to just throw it away, but look at it. If, let's say, your exes are always telling you, this is something for me. My exes always say that, like, I am a really, I am like a really bad, when I argue, it's like really bad. Like, I'm very defensive and I argue a lot. And, it's not been good for relationships, obviously. But one of the things I started to look at was I started to say, okay, so this desire to win arguments and this ability to zero in on good arguments and really like zero in on a good argument and understand that this, when I'm right, I know, like, and I'm really like almost vindictive about it and like showing it. Really bad for relationships. But what is it good for? Presenting an argument maybe in a debate, trying to show people, presenting to people who are going down the wrong path and trying to show them that, hey guys, the path you're going down is wrong. You need to look at this path because of ABC, and an ability to articulate an argument and to be competitive about it, because I do want to make sure that people see, because I'm trying to sell them my wisdom. So I'm not going to just be light about it. I'm going to be hitting it hard. I hit you hard with my wisdom. So even though that was a bad thing in a relationship, but in my career, in my calling, in perhaps what I believe I am put on this earth to do, that could be something. So maybe some of your critics, they are holding a thing. Maybe you realize that, people say to you, oh, maybe you're too focused on certain things. So maybe maybe your boss is saying, oh, you're focused on this thing, and I don't want you to be focused on that. I want you to be focused on this, our business. Okay, yeah. That's a bad review at work. But maybe you should investigate that thing that he's saying you are focused on, because maybe that could be a clue into what you should be doing, what your purpose is. And the last thing, that I say a clue into your purpose is studying what you love and what you hate, and seeing where they meet. A clue as to what you should be doing, your purpose, is where what you love and what you hate meet. Now, I've done a video on this specifically. So if you go back on my channel, on my page, you can go find the video. It's called What You Love and What You Hate. But just to summarize that, there is a clue when you feel a double passion towards an area, towards a thing. Let me explain. Let's say you really, really, really love your country. But on the other hand, you really, really hate what corrupt politicians have done to your country. Maybe you really, 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 really love your community. You are so into your community. Maybe you're a black man like me, and you love black folks. You just wanna love them and hug them and everything. But then on the other hand, you have a vitriolic hatred towards the ignorance that you see that has kept black folks back. This could be a clue into what you should be doing. A clue into what you should be doing. Because that love, see, here's how it works. The hatred you have for a thing is the clue as to the problem you should be solving. But the love you feel for that area is going to give you is what is going to keep you going when you have to struggle to change things in that area, right? So Martin Luther King's love for the black people is what kept him going when he was being opposed, when it looked like what he was doing wasn't helping, when they were marching in Selma and like whatever, guys. This is what I mean. So understand and investigate, study the intersection of what you love and what you hate. I gotta finish here. Again, I was hoping to do a short video, but this went crazy. Make sure you let me know what you think. What do you think about this? What is your purpose? Share with me what your purpose is and what you feel about this. And make sure you like the page. I do videos like this every week. I'm coming with videos. I got a series called Journey to a Million that you may love, and I'm always talking about work. I'm talking about business. I'm talking about jobs. I'm talking about everything. Just bringing wisdom to you. So make sure you like the page. I'm gonna see you later, guys, and have yourselves a good week. Bye.